the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. They run it again with Chubb. And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And caught by Cooper for a Patriots touchdown. 10 yards on the touchdown pass.
And the Patriots are on the board here first in the season opener.
The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a 1st down.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
From the gun, they'll try to run it.
They find some open field here. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. That burst good for 20 and a 1st down. The safeties were well back there, and he had a lot of room. Were they in the cover too?
Yeah, they were, and the safeties were back. You know, usually they're 12 to 15 yards off the line of scrimmage, somewhere around the hash mark for each of them. But what also happens if the linebackers dive into the line, if you block them initially, that blocker can come off of them and get up to the safeties on the 2nd level, and now you've got a big place to run the football.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Shoves him aside.
And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. But there you go, Charles, the first completed pass of his young career.
And we expect it not to be his last. Very good to get the first one out of the way, though, as he begins his career.
Play clock down to 5, and they're going to burn a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter.
From the 35, back to work on 2nd and 4. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25. 43 yards rushing for him now. What a drive for him to kick off the new season.
You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
Right back to him on first down. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Seventh play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Back to throw. Blanton. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. So they gave up the early touchdown. This has been a pretty good response. Nice drive, taking it down 1st and goal.
And I know all the cliches jump in, right? Don't get away from your game plan too early. Make sure you're settled down. Don't panic. But it's all true, isn't it? Because otherwise, you get out of what you plan to do during the game, and it's still early. Don't get crazy because you gave one up. Just respond as you just noted.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. A chance for their first points of the season here as it's 1st and goal.
Operating from the gun, Blanton, and he whips that one incomplete there.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line.
A big play if you think about it right now in this season opener. It's 3rd and goal.
Looking to throw. Blanton.
That is caught by Waddle. Touchdown, Miami.
2 yards on the touchdown there.
And the Dolphins are within an extra point of tying up this ball game.
And he missed it. No good. And they'll remain down by a point. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The Pats at the line, ready to go.
And Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that in the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
Completes it right side to Cooper.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Still 9 remaining on second down.
They'll go left side on the ground with Chubb. And he'll be taken down at the 33, a pickup of about 4.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
On the crossing route, he hits his man, Amari Cooper. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 23. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. Runs over it.
And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Now they return to the ground game. Chubb. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. Nick Chubb with career touchdown number 109. That ties it with Barry Sanders on the all-time NFL list. And they're able to add on to their advantage. Great call to hand that one off, and his running back did the rest.
Someone read their keys correctly. And on the defensive side of the ball, they certainly did not, because they really essentially were just going to swarm the quarterback. They kind of guessed themselves out of the play, and guess who benefited? The guy with the football.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
Taking it about the 1. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive.
Perfect start to the season on their first drive last time out, able to find the end zone. Now we'll see if they can make it 2 for 2 here in week 1.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Back to throw. Blanton. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete.
Another completion there. And we think back to the draft in the spring. This franchise essentially handing him the keys to the operation, a top 5 pick. Charles, how ready do you think he is?
I think he's ready for the NFL in terms of size, speed, the makeup of him, the character of him. The key's going to be, will this team accept everything he brings to the game and adapt to it? Not just necessarily plug him into something that he doesn't do well.
So on 4th down, on is the punter, Ryan Wright. Oh, it's a wobbler here. That'll go down as just a 20-yard punt. And the Patriots take over. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Chubb will get the call, running left. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. From the gun, here's Watson. Dancing to his left. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the first.
Well, here's your first example of how this guy can beat you in more ways than one, because they took away his arm, but he was more than happy to dissect him with his legs for that first down pickup.
The 20. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. 33 yards that time.
Well, he reminded us that he was a 1,000-yard receiver a year ago as he starts off week 1 picking up right where he left off. He told us at the end of the preseason he was primed for a big year. He just gave us excellent evidence of his belief.
Watson, a little touch pass on the jet sweep. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. Just a simple tap pass, but it pays off in a big way.
And sometimes the simple stuff causes the most problems for a defense, because there's a breakdown in communication there. When that receiver goes behind the line of scrimmage and it looks like he's going to...
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Patriots go up by 2 touchdowns. Extra point safely through. And the lead now up to 14.
Dolphins 6. Cairo Santos set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. Fields it right around the goal line. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped it to 14. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to...
And he fires one that's intercepted. And the Patriots are going to take possession of the football. That's not one that he's going to want to remember, but he had to get it out of the way at some point, his first career interception.
And if he's the guy that they think he is, he's not laughing it off, but he's also not going to let it affect him as the game proceeds. He's going to go back out there, still be the same confident kid, the reason that they drafted him, and go out and play.
Watson's throw taken in by Cooper here. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it first and goal.
Ready?
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line.
Tackle made at the 5-yard line. A 4-yard gain.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's second and goal. Handoff comes to Chubb.
And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. Nick Chubb, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend.
And the Patriots are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead.
Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Dolphins 6.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14. First down, Miami, as they get set to start the drive.
And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Well, no kneeling for them. They decided they weren't going to run out the clock. They decided to take their shot downfield, hoping to either make a connection or a pass interference call. They wanted more points to put on the board.
In motion, Hill.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Looking sideline, and he's going to have his man as he was able to walk the tightrope there for the completion. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
A nice throw right there, and these fans getting their first look at their QB1 of the future. And I'd imagine it's got to be a big plus for him to get his first start here in front of that home crowd.
I know there's a school of thought about getting your first start away from home so you don't have the extra pressure of that crowd behind you. But I say ride the wave, embrace it. Go ahead and play to that level, and I think it's going to benefit him in the long run.
An extra corner comes on now for the Patriots D on 3rd down. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Throwing middle, and it's complete. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
They'll send a receiver in motion left. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
Well, he certainly didn't like what he saw at all from the coverage on his primary reads, and he didn't even have any luck trying to get back to his safety valve. Give defensive credit. Coverage was in lockdown mode everywhere.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw again.
Oh, looking for Ronald, but it's intercepted.
And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Patriot defense has a touchdown.
I mean, at this point, CD, what is not going their way in this first half? After that pick six, they now have a 4-possession lead here.
And that allows them to say to themselves, how about we get everybody involved, okay? Because This one is a runaway, and it's looking like it's going to be even more of a runaway. Everybody gets a chance to play and get a little bit of love. The more guys that get to watching the highlight reels from this one, the better.
And oh, it's no good. For the second time now in this first half, he's missed an extra point. So we've reached halftime here in our initial Sunday night telecast of the new season. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. And we'll see if week one fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. The CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. Let's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one. Really good coverage all over the field that took away his intended read and almost dared him to try for his guy out of the backfield. No surprise on that one. It doesn't connect.
And he comes back with one complete. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
From the gun on 3rd down, Blanton to the sideline, and oh, that's well done. Able to drag the feet. He's going to have the first down. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play. A nice completion there for the first down. And, Charles, you think about the quarterbacks of recent vintage that have been thrust into action week one. It's no guarantee of future success, but we sure have seen some good ones.
We certainly have, partner. How about Joe Burrow with the Bengals in 2020? He was excellent. Kyler Murray with the Cardinals. The best part about his game, has his team right on the brink of the playoffs. And Deshaun Watson has won division titles after having started from day one.
And they're going to get this up to midfield. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Operating from the gun, Blanton toward the sideline, and he will have the first down as he was able to keep the feet in bounds. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. He's been a busy man here in this one, and they're showing off some nice footwork to stay in bounds.
And with those types of catches and the volume that we've seen in this game, wouldn't you keep him busy as well?
I would.
Of course. You got to keep throwing it to him. He keeps making plays.
And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
To throw on second down. Blanton. The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes.
The tackle made. 19.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. That'll go for only 17 yards on the punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10. The Pats at the line, ready to go. Well, it's hard to imagine the first half going any better for them, CD, and now here as they begin their first series of the second half. I mean, they score here. This one, it's pretty much out of reach.
We honestly might already be at that point, partner, because this team, they were dominant in the first half, continue to be dominant now, and I think they're viewing this as a put-away drive on their way to a lopsided victory.
Second down, here's Chubb again.
Not much there, maybe a couple up to the 35. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down.
Now a play fake, and it's Watson. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete.
And he will have a Patriots 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. Tackled that time by Jerome Baker out of Ohio State. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Watson now to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, that's a good piece of quarterbacking right there because he certainly felt the pressure coming. The alternative, getting sacked for the first time. He didn't like that option at all. Did a nice job saving yardage by throwing that one away.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Here's Watson. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A big play that time on the catch and run. 37 yards.
I'm seeing a lot of guys shaking their heads on defense right now, particularly in the secondary. And when you see that going on, that is never a good sign. But it's understandable. They've been shredded so far.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive. Because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
From the 3, 2nd and a yard.
Watson, a little touch pass on the jet sweep. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
9th play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard. One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll look to make it 3 for 3 on 3rd down conversions. They need a yard here.
Watson going to try and run it. call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up the 4th down.
They tried their best to pick up that 3rd and 1, but their surge wasn't enough to counteract what came back at them from the defensive side, was it?
Offensive line, especially in the middle, looked like they were on skates a little bit when that one started.
So now we bring up 4th and inches. This will be a critical call.
Giving to the big tight end on 4th. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the 1st down as he's tackled at the 2. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that, but by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down. Chubb is into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Well, CD, simply put, if anyone around the league wasn't paying attention to them to start the season, they will be heading into Week 2. This has been an impressive Week 1 performance.
They've certainly announced that they are ready to go, haven't they? They wanted to send a message out to the rest of the league. You better put your eyes on us. We may be someone you have to reckon with.
Now, after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. Taking it about the 1. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. First down, Miami, as they get set to start the drive. And no doubt this is not the way that they had hoped to open their season. Thoroughly outplayed here in front of the national audience. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. Operating from the gun, Blanton. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. And the Pats are going to take possession of the football. And with this advantage, this defense knew the passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. And again, it's Chubb. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Off of play action, it's Watson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And the Patriots are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
There's a beautiful throw there, and he's been sensational the entire game, moving it around, spreading it, hitting the right guys. And look, under normal situations, partner, I would expect him to come out of the game now. They've got it in hand. But you and I have been around this league a long time, and every time we ask head coaches about it, hey, why don't you take your quarterback out when the game's in hand? They just kind of give us that look like, that's what he's paid to do. So it's a very unusual situation. I'd want him out. They tend to leave him in.
Chubb again.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Turning into a really good performance on the road. Week 1, you're just hoping for that first win. It's tough to do it away from home, though, but they're looking strong.
It certainly is. Any road win in the NFL is a great road win. I mean, it just does not matter whether it's supposed to be tough or not. In this particular situation, how great will they feel leaving with a win on the road against a tough opponent?
A little work still to do, though. Fielded just outside the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week 1 because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. These fans just kind of beside themselves right now. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. Off the play fake, Blanton. And this one is incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
On 3rd down, Blanton. Going right side here, and that's complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. That's a 1st down and then some, a 32-yard pickup. Looking to throw, Blanton. He'll get this to his tight end, Gesicki. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout that's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And able to find Gesicki as tight end. And he will have a Dolphins 1st down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Here's 2nd and 10. Off play action. Blanton. And a quick throw here. That's complete. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the 4th. Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a 1st down. Well, I mean, look, obviously there's no 20 or 30-point play in that playbook, but they can try to end things here on a positive note despite trailing big, and that looks like what they're trying to do here by pushing the ball downfield.
Well, let me go with the heavy cliche then, partner. Just control.
And this is going to be intercepted. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And the Patriots Jets are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Another great play defensively. They've been sharp on both sides of the ball, Charles, but that interception means that this defense will very well keep them down to single digits on the scoreboard in this game.
And that's certainly something to smile about, isn't it, partner, if you're on defense? Because your goal every game is to pitch a shutout, but you and I both know that's pretty unrealistic. But to hold a team below double figures in a game, in an NFL game, that's certainly something to take pride in.
Well, this was not just the opener of a brand new season, but this was a division game here in week 1. And to come through with a 1-0 start against a division opponent gives you a little something extra heading forward for the rest of the season.
Yeah, let's pile it all into one game, right? Opening the season, and you open within...
Yeah, alright, my flow sinister. This ain't rap music, this straight literature. Small-minded, all your ideas miniature. They tend to hate on you when they can't get rid of you. I ain't going nowhere, 20-year career minimum. Call Hit Boy for beats.